I was standing in the parking lot of the Rainbow Hypermarket on Kashtanovaya Street at 6:47 p.m., holding a cold bottle of kvass and a plastic bag of groceries, when two guys behind an open trunk started talking about my wife like she was public property. "Anna's back at it," the taller one laughed, slamming a case of beer into the trunk. "Saw her silver Corolla yesterday outside Passage Mall, high heels, tiny skirt, hair down. She's definitely screwing that guy again. He's got her on a leash." The bottle cracked in my hand. Kvass ran down my wrist. My pulse hammered so hard I felt it in my teeth. 22 years of marriage and these two strangers were laughing about my wife like she was some side chick. I drove home on autopilot. The second I opened the apartment door, the air hit me wrong. Sharp, floral, expensive. The exact air freshener Anna swore gave her migraines. A vase of lilies of the valley sat on the kitchen table. She had thrown out lilies for 15 years because they made her eyes water. I dropped the groceries on the counter and walked through every room. Her makeup bag was turned 90 degrees on the shelf. My Gillette razor had been moved 2 inches left. The TV remote was on the coffee table instead of the right armrest where it lived for a decade. The bed was made wrong. Blanket just pulled up, not tucked diagonally the way she had done every single morning since 2003. Anna came out of the bedroom at 7:19 p.m., wearing brand new blue silk pajamas I had never seen. Hair in a messy bun. No smile. No, "I missed you." Nothing. "You're early," she said, voice flat. "I'll heat dinner." That was the entire welcome after 3 days apart. At the table, she kept her eyes on her plate. I told her about the broken suspension outside Sarapul, about sitting in a freezing garage for 2 hours. She nodded without looking up. "How were your 3 days?" I asked. "Same old. Worked late. Marina's on vacation. I covered her reports. I'm tired." Her answers came out rehearsed. Too perfect. That night I lay next to her and smelled another man's cologne on my pillowcase. Faint, woody, expensive. I stared at the ceiling until 4:12 a.m. Then I saw it. A heavy metal Zippo lighter on her nightstand, engraved with a tiger. We don't smoke. Never have. I picked it up. It still held warmth, tobacco, and leather and someone else's skin. I opened the drawer, slid the lighter inside, and closed it without a sound. Next morning she was up at 6:30, banging pans, making blini, smiling too wide. "Andre, let's go to the dacha this weekend," she chirped, flipping a pancake like nothing was wrong. "Just us. Like old times." Her energy felt desperate. I nodded, words stuck in my throat. At the warehouse, Oleg pulled me aside by the loading dock. "Andreich, you okay? You look like death." "Fine," I muttered. He glanced around, lowered his voice. "People talk, man. Just watch your back." That night, Anna texted at 8:03 p.m. "Running late. Quarterly reports. Don't wait up." She walked in at 11:47 p.m. Makeup perfect. New perfume so sweet it made my stomach turn. I found the bottle 2 days later buried under her socks. Some French brand, $180 an ounce. She used to say anything over $20 was a scam. 3 nights later, I woke up at 2:14 a.m. Her side of the bed was cold. She was in the bathroom, door locked, whispering into an ancient Nokia flip phone I had never seen before. I waited in the dark. Next morning I asked, "What's with the old brick phone?" She didn't even blink. "New security policy at work. Company phones only for internal calls." Everything at Nadezhda Garant ran through Telegram and Bittrex. Everyone knew that. Friday, Daria called from Moscow. "Dad, why does Mom keep sending my calls straight to voicemail?" I asked Anna an hour later. "You talked to Daria today?" "She called yesterday," Anna snapped. "I was in a meeting." Lie. Another lie. Saturday she insisted on the dacha. She drove. Took a weird detour through some back road in the forest, 20 minutes out of the way. I watched the navigation reroute 3 times. She pretended not to notice. That night, washing dishes, her phone lit up on the counter. Roman. Heart emoji. She snatched it before I read the preview, locked the screen, smiled too bright. "New consultant from head office," she said. "Helps with tax reports." Monday I finished the route early, got home at 5:58 p.m. In the stairwell, Valentina Petrovna from the floor below grabbed my sleeve. "Andre, your Anna just left. Stunning white dress, heels, full makeup. Some man walked her to a black Audi. They kissed goodbye right under our window. My keys almost slipped from my hand. I opened the apartment door. Empty. TV still on from this morning. 2 wine glasses on the living room table. One had fresh lipstick on the rim. The other had a faint print of a man's lips. Anna was supposed to be at work until 8. I sat on the edge of the bed, stared at the glasses, and felt the floor disappear under me. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. A single photo message. Anna in that white dress, laughing in the passenger seat of a black Audi. A man's hand wearing a titanium watch with a tiny engraved tiger resting on her bare thigh. The message deleted itself 30 seconds later. I looked at the empty wine glasses again and realized the game had already started, and I was the only one who hadn't been told the rules. I knew that the second I opened my mouth and asked the real question, everything would explode, and there would be no way to put the pieces back together. So I kept swallowing the words, day after day, smiling like an idiot while my stomach ate itself alive. Every morning was a performance. I woke up at 5:47, kissed her on the forehead like always, said, "Good morning, honey," poured tea into the same blue mug, and left for the warehouse. Inside my head, I was screaming. She answered with the same bright voice, asked if I wanted eggs, reminded me to take my blood pressure pills. She sounded like a loving wife. She sounded like a liar. Monday, she was suddenly Mother Teresa again. Heated up borscht, packed me 2 sandwiches with kielbasa, even asked if I needed new brake pads. "I heard at the service station yours are almost gone," she said, smiling over the frying pan. I stared at her and remembered Valentina Petrovna's words about the white dress and the black Audi. I just nodded. 3 days later, I walked in at 5:56 p.m. The second the key turned in the lock, I saw them. 2 wine glasses on the sideboard in the hallway. One had a red drip still clinging to the inside. We don't drink red wine on weekdays. I was on the road all day. She was supposed to be at the office until 7. I stood frozen, staring at the glasses. Footsteps from the kitchen. Anna came out in an oversized t-shirt and gray sweatpants, hair in a messy bun, barefoot. "Oh, you're early," she laughed too loud. "Marina stopped by. Her husband's being a jerk again. We had 1 glass, that's all. Girl talk." I didn't answer. I walked past her to the bathroom, locked the door, opened her phone log on my own phone through the shared family account. Last incoming call, 1422. Marina work. No outgoing. No visit. That night at 10:18 p.m., I asked for the Wi-Fi password because the router was acting up. She froze for half a second, then pulled a folded scrap of paper from the kitchen drawer and handed it over. The password was 20 random characters. Our old one had been Anna Andrei, 2001. "You changed it?" I asked. "Yeah. IT guy at the office said neighbors were leeching the signal. New policy. Strong passwords by default. You never remember them anyway." I felt the rage climb my throat. "So what else are you changing by default lately? Because I'm starting to feel like a guest who needs permission to use his own internet." She went very still. Then her eyes narrowed. "What are you accusing me of, Andre?" "I'm not accusing. I'm asking why every single thing you say sounds rehearsed." She stepped closer, voice low and sharp. "You're checking up on me now? You think I'm stupid? Take my phone. Go ahead. Look." She shoved her iPhone into my hand. Telegram was clean. Work chats, Daria, grocery lists. 1 photo from last week. She's in the back seat of a car. Window reflecting a blurry man in sunglasses. I zoomed in. Titanium watch. Tiny tiger on the bezel. I handed it back. "Happy now?" she asked, smirking. I didn't sleep. Next morning I saw it hanging on the hook by the door. A black umbrella, expensive, wooden handle, logo of some private bank. Never seen it before in my life. "Whose is this?" I asked when she walked into the kitchen. "Marina left it the other day. Forgot it. I'll give it back." "It rained yesterday?" She turned to the stove. "Probably." I stared at the umbrella like it was laughing at me. That night I sat in the truck in the warehouse parking lot and opened the voice memo app. I spoke clearly into the dark. Metal Zippo lighter with tiger. New perfume hidden under socks. Old Nokia flip phone. Contact name Roman with heart, black umbrella with bank logo, white dress seen by Valentina Petrovna, 2 wine glasses today, changed Wi-Fi password. I saved the file as Evidence01. At 11:49 p.m., I pulled up to the building. Domir from the 7th floor was smoking by the entrance. "Hey, Andre, how's Anna doing with her exams?" "What exams?" "She told me she's taking some accounting courses. Said she drives to the 10th district in the evenings. I saw her car there twice." My blood turned to ice. She had told me she was working late at the office on Pristanaya Street. No courses. Never mentioned a single class. I drove home, parked, sat in the car until 2:13 a.m., then went upstairs. Opened Google Photos on my phone with the old shared account she never bothered to log out of password still, Daria 2005. I scrolled past tax documents and vitamin receipts until I found a hidden folder labeled Work 2024. Inside, 37 photos she never showed me. Anna in a tight black dress at an outdoor cafe, wine glass in hand, close-up of red high heels on marble floor, reflection in the window behind her, man's shoulder, jawline, titanium watch with tiger engraving, same watch as the Zippo, same watch as the blurry reflection in her car selfie. I screenshotted every single one, emailed them to a new Gmail account I created at 2:47 a.m., then copied everything to an encrypted folder on my phone called Do Not Open. The next days we barely spoke. Salt's out. Take the trash. Daria asked if everything's okay. That was the extent of our marriage. We ate in different rooms. I took my plate to the living room. She stayed in the kitchen. In bed, we had an invisible DMZ down the middle. Some nights I slept on the couch just to breathe air that didn't smell like her new perfume and someone else's lies. Friday night, I couldn't take it anymore. She was at the fridge getting water. I leaned against the counter and said it. "How often do you drive to the 10th district these days, Anna?" Her back went rigid. Just half a second, but I saw it. She turned slowly, glass in hand. "What?" "Domir says hi. Says he saw you there a couple times. Accounting courses, right?" Her pupils dilated. Then she smiled, soft, pitying. "Andre, you're tired. Domir's a drunk. He mixes everyone up. So you're not taking any courses?" "I told you I was thinking about it. For the promotion. I even enrolled, but I haven't started yet." "Why are you interrogating me?" "Because people keep telling me things you forget to mention. Because I come home to wine glasses and men's umbrellas and you act like I'm the crazy one." She set the glass down hard enough that water splashed. "You are acting crazy. You go through my phone, you record me, you ask the neighbors. What's next, Andre? A private detective? GPS on my car?" "Maybe I should." Her face twisted, anger, fear, disgust all at once. "Do it. Spend our savings proving something that isn't there. You want to destroy us because you're bored and insecure? Go ahead." She stormed past me, slammed the bedroom door. The lock clicked. I stood in the dark hallway and listened to her cry through the wall. Loud, dramatic sobs that stopped the second her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I heard the soft click of the camera shutter 3 times. Then silence. I walked back to the kitchen, opened the fridge, took out a beer I hadn't bought, and drank it in one go. My phone lit up on the counter. Unknown number. One new message. A single photo. Anna asleep on our bed right then, sheet pulled up to her chin. Taken from the foot of the bed. From inside our locked bedroom. The message deleted itself after 5 seconds. I looked at the closed bedroom door, then at the black umbrella still hanging by the entrance, and for the first time in 22 years I had no idea who was sleeping 10 feet away from me. She answered too calmly, like she had practiced the line in the mirror 100 times. "Our Nadezhda Garant branch sometimes holds meetings in the 10th district, Andre. What's the big deal?" "And the courses?" She sighed theatrically, rolled her eyes. "Domir couldn't keep his mouth shut, right? I asked him not to say anything." "Yes. I enrolled in a tax law seminar I wanted to surprise you when I got the certificate and the raise. Here." She reached into her purse and pulled out a brand new plastic ID on a lanyard. Photo, name, logo of the training center, barcode. Everything perfect, too perfect. The lamination was still shiny, like it had been printed an hour ago. I stared at it for 5 full seconds, then just nodded, walked into the bedroom, and shut the door. 2 days later, she announced she was leaving for a 3-day off-site seminar in Samara. Big speaker from Moscow, case studies, mandatory attendance. She packed a small suitcase, kissed me on the cheek like nothing had happened, and left at 6:12 a.m. on Friday. The second the door closed, I grabbed her old Lenovo from the closet shelf. She hadn't touched it in months. Telegram desktop was still logged and password auto-filled. Chat history wiped clean except one folder labeled heart emoji. I clicked it. 2 pinned voice messages from Roman work. I pressed play. Male voice, low, amused, a little cocky. Anushka, you look insane in that white dress. Wow. I'm waiting. And please, no drama like last time, okay? Second message, 30 minutes later. Keys are with security, same room, you know which one? Same voice, same man. I forwarded both files to my secret email, deleted the forwarded tag so she'd never see it, shut the laptop, put it back exactly as I found it. She came home Sunday night at 11:47 p.m., glowing, hair perfect, new gold bracelet I had never seen. That was the night I snapped. We were in the kitchen. She was scrolling Instagram, legs crossed, wine glass number 3. Don't you think you've been a little too busy lately? I asked, voice flat. She didn't even look up. Andre, don't start. I'm not starting. I'm finishing. I don't lie about where I am every night. She spun around, eyes ice. So now you're following me? If I have to. She stood up so fast the chair screeched. You're pathetic. You're bored. You're jealous. You can't stand that I have a life outside your delivery routes. There are no other voices in this house, Andre. You're hearing things. That was it. I walked to the bedroom, grabbed the black duffel bag from the top shelf, threw in 3 pairs of jeans, 4 shirts, charger, passport, the flash drive with every photo and voice message. She followed me into the hallway, arms crossed tight. You're seriously leaving? Over nothing? I zipped the bag. The worst part isn't that you're lying, Anna. The worst part is how good you've gotten at it. You look me in the eye and lie like I'm already dead to you. I slammed the door so hard the frame shook. Oleg opened his door at 12:19 a.m. without a word, handed me a mug of tea, pointed to the empty kids' room, and went back to the kitchen. I owe that man my life. I plugged the external drive into his old Dell, opened the folder. First photo, Anna at some rooftop bar mirror selfie. In the reflection, a man's hand on her waist. Titanium watch with the tiger bezel. Same hand that left the Zippo on my nightstand. Same hand from the car selfie. Same hand from the wine glass fingerprint. I renamed the entire folder Point of No Return. I stayed at Oleg's for 13 days, slept on a folding cot under faded posters of racing cars, woke at 5:30, made oatmeal, went to work, came back, cooked buckwheat and chicken, sat in silence. No photos on the walls, no questions asked. Anna's messages went from angry to transactional in 48 hours. Utility bill came, pay your half. Daria called, pick up next time. I answered in one-word texts. The second time her name flashed on my screen, I hit decline. She never tried again. Dennis from accounting slipped me a phone number. Irina Viktorovna, best divorce lawyer in the city. Took my ex to the cleaners. I met Irina the next Tuesday in a cramped office on Oktyabrskaya. 42, sharp glasses, voice like she'd seen every lie in the world. I laid out the photos, the voice messages, the flip phone, the sudden courses, the white dress, the hotel keys. She listened, took notes, asked only hard questions. Who's on the apartment title? Joint or separate bank accounts? Is Daria registered here or in Moscow? Then she looked me dead in the eye. Right now you do nothing official. You stay ice cold. Change every password you have. Banking, email, cloud, everything. Keep collecting. When we file once, and we bury her. I nodded. That weekend I drove to the day show alone. Fixed the broken door on Dad's old workshop, threw out 20 years of junk, set up a cot and a hot plate backup location. If Oleg needed his room back, I had a place to disappear. Monday night, Valentina Petrovna called. Andre, forgive me for meddling, but Anna came by yesterday crying, saying you lost your mind, that everything's in your head. But her eyes, she looked terrified, like she knows you know. I thanked her. She added, "Hold strong, son. Some things that break shouldn't be glued back together." 2 days later, I ran into Svetlana Ivanovna, Anna's mother, at the pharmacy on Lenina. She hugged me hard, eyes wet. "Andrei, I don't know what's happening, but my daughter is acting strange. She barely sleeps, jumps when the phone rings. Please, if you need to talk, my door is open." For the first time in weeks, someone from Anna's side was doubting her story. That night, my phone buzzed at 2:03 a.m. Unknown number. One photo. Anna sitting on our couch, head in her hands, crying. Taken from the hallway. From inside the apartment I no longer lived in. The caption, "She's waiting for you to forgive her. Don't." The message self-deleted after 8 seconds. I stared at the black screen, then at the duffel bag still packed by Oleg's door, and made the decision. Tomorrow, I start the war. Quietly. Legally. And when it's over, she'll never see it coming. I met Dennis 2 days later at a corner cafe on the Central Prospect. He was already nursing a double espresso when I walked in, eyes red, tie loosened. I didn't sit. I just stood over the table. "Tell me what you saw." He looked at the floor. 2 months ago, Sasha shopping mall. She came out of the cinema entrance with some guy. Tall, glasses, expensive coat. They weren't holding hands, but they were close, laughing. He opened the car door for her. Black Audi. I told myself it was nothing. "I'm sorry, Andrei." I placed a hand on his shoulder. "Thank you for telling me now." That was the first real brick in the wall I was building. After that, I started asking quiet questions everywhere. At the warehouse, at the gas station, in the building's smoking corner. Never accusing, just casual. "Hey, you were in the city center last Friday, right? Did you see Anna's silver Corolla anywhere?" One driver said he saw her at the outdoor tables on Sobernaya with a man in sunglasses. Another swore her car was parked behind the Passage Mall until almost midnight the night she told me she was at Marina's. Piece by piece, the picture got sharper. Every night at Oleg's, I sat at the little desk under the kid's lamp and organized everything. New folder on the flash drive. Timeline. Subfolders by week. Screenshots named by date and source. Voice messages converted to MP3 with exact timestamps. Bank transactions I pulled from our joint account showing hotel restaurants and lingerie stores I never heard of. I worked like a machine. No tears, no rage, just cold documentation. Daria video called every Sunday. I kept my face normal, asked about classes, about her dorm food, about the snow in Moscow. One night she went quiet. "Dad, when Mom was in Prereshchensk last month, I saw a weird photo on her phone. Some man's hand on her knee. She snatched the phone and deleted it right in front of me. Said it was nothing." I swallowed. "Everything's fine, sweetheart. Promise you won't let her hurt you." I muted the mic so she wouldn't hear me choke. Anna's texts turned desperate, first through a mutual friend, Veronica. "Andrei, she's begging to talk. She says you misunderstood everything. She just wants the family back." I left Veronica on red. 3 days later. "Give her one chance. She swears it was a stupid mistake. And you weren't exactly perfect either." I smiled at the screen, deleted the chat, blocked the number. Then came the evening I had to go downtown for documents. I parked near the big shopping center on Lenin Street. I was locking the truck when I heard her heels behind me. "Andrei." She looked thin, cheeks hollow, eyes red-rimmed, coat buttoned wrong, hands shaking. "Please. 5 minutes. No shouting. I'm tired. I'm scared. I didn't think you'd really cut me out like this." I looked straight through her. "I don't need your explanation, Anna. I needed the truth. You decided I didn't deserve it." A tear rolled, perfect timing. I messed up. I was stupid and selfish and... Goodbye. I walked away. She called my name twice. I never turned around. Monday, 9 a.m. Old courthouse on Supanevskaya Square. I got there an hour early, sat on the wooden bench, folder on my knees. Anna walked in at 9:47 with a young hotshot lawyer in a shiny suit. She tried to catch my eye. I stared at the wall. The judge entered. Everyone stood. The apartment on Zarakhnaya was split, 60% to me and Daria, 40% to Anna, paid out over 10 years. Alimony set high and automatic primary custody to me. Daria had already signed the paper saying she wanted to live with her father. Witnesses took the stand. Domir, nervous, hands in pockets. I saw them together at the mall more than once. Always close. Always laughing. Dennis, voice cracking. Black Audi, cinema exit, 2 months ago. I wish I'd said something then. Anna's own co-worker, Marina, the same one who supposedly left the umbrella, testified under oath that Anna had cried at the office about how bored she was at home, how she needed something new. Anna's lawyer objected every 30 seconds. The judge shut him down. Decision read at 11:28 a.m. Everything I asked for. Exactly. I stood, nodded once to Irina, and walked out without looking back. 2 days later, Oleg walked into the HR department of Capital Express Bank with a flash drive. Photos, voice messages, hotel receipts with Roman's corporate card. Anna was fired by 4 p.m. official reason. Conduct unbecoming. Roman lasted 24 more hours. A friend on security at the Prichal Hotel passed the owner the keycard logs and CCTV stills. Roman's boss got an anonymous envelope the next morning, severance package denied. Their joint Instagram photos disappeared overnight. I saw her one last time 3 months later at the company New Year party. I went only to pick up my bonus check. She was standing alone by the wall, glass of water, no makeup, hair flat. She saw me, took one step forward. Andre. I looked through her like she was glass, turned, and left. Now the apartment on Zarakhnaya is empty and mine. I drive out on weekends, change the locks again just because I can, plant tomatoes in the little balcony boxes, fall asleep to silence that doesn't lie. Daria moved back for the summer. One night she hugged me hard and whispered, "Thank you, Dad, for fighting for us." Some nights the wind rattles the windows and for half a second I smell coffee and hear a laugh that isn't there anymore. Then I roll over and sleep. I didn't take revenge out of hate. I just restored the balance and every morning I wake up knowing the score is finally even.